Hi everyone, it's Meredith with Pop Vintage and Home. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I'm excited to share with everyone some of the things I have been making for this collaboration, Ready, Set, Stash, hosted by Meg at Chasing Retro. She launched this over the weekend, and it's a mass make ephemera collaboration to go through the month of September and into potentially also into October. This is my first collaboration I've ever participated in, and I am having a blast. I am finding myself inspired every day to do one or more of these activities she has listed on her printout. And like I said, I just want to share some of the things I have made so far in what will hopefully be a short video. The first activity I started with was altered index or Rolodex cards. I don't have any Rolodex cards, but I have lots of index cards, so I figured I would start there. I haven't made a lot of the altered index cards in my short time making junk journals, so I figured I would give it a shot. The first one I made is super simple. It's just, it is literally a vintage index card that I got in a musty old metal box at an estate sale. And I just put a scrap of vintage fabric at the top, sewed it on with a messy zigzag stitch. So very simple. The next one is a little more ornate. It's just some scrap neon yellow paper, a piece of neon pink copy paper punched out into a circle, an illustration from a vintage children's book, and just some text I cut out of a children's reader. And I just love the neon colors together. The third and final altered index card I have so far is this one. This is a sewing pattern lady, a vintage sewing pattern lady. She is posing on top of this really pretty pattern paper that I got from a paper pack from Michael's or Joann's. And then I punched out a circle of yellow cardstock, and I can't begin to tell you how much I deliberated on this circle. I kept putting it in the back of Judy's head, taking it away. I couldn't decide whether or not to use it, and ultimately I left it in, and I'm glad I did. It reminds me of like a sun setting behind her. And I just added this little quote that I cut out of a children's book reader. The next activity I did was fabric tags. I've only done 2 of these so far. And if you want to see a great video of someone doing fabric tags for this collaboration, go over to Tracing Dreams Crafts. She is, like myself, new to making YouTube videos. Her fabric tags she made for this collaboration are beautiful. They're so impressive. She has a nice short video, really enjoyable to watch, so check it out. I'll try and remember to link her video in the description box below this one. So my 2 fabric tags are very rudimentary compared to Tracy's at Tracing Dreams. I just cut pieces of fabric from a huge bolt I got at a thrift store. It's vintage fabric, and I glued it on to a piece I cut from a manila file folder, and then I sewed it on. I literally just sewed these like a half hour before I started recording. So there's one. And this is from the same piece of fabric, just a smaller tag. It's not exactly tag shape, it's more like bookmark shaped, but whatever. And I loved this part of the pattern. So those are the 2 tags I've done for now. The other thing I did that I made lots and lots of were envelopes. And if you saw my Insomniac Crafter video from over the weekend, you know I made these envelopes because I started making these on camera during that video. I really did not know how to make these. I had watched some videos for making envelopes like this before in the past. So something must have sunk in from those videos because I was able to figure out how to do it, sort of by memory and through some trial and error. So I made these cute little envelopes with pages from a Reader's Digest book, an old Reader's Digest book. I inked the edges with my distress ink, and I measured out the paper and folded them up and all of that good stuff. And I did it without one of those envelope scoreboards or punch boards. I don't have one of those, so I was able to figure out how to do it without one of those little envelope scoreboards. So let's see. So I did 2 sizes. I did this size. This was from, I think, a 4-inch square originally. And then I did these little ones, which were from, I think, a 3 or 3.5-inch square originally. So these little envelopes measure 2.5 inches wide. And these ones measure 3 inches wide. So this started out as a 4-inch square, and this started out as a 3 or 3.5-inch square. And as you can see, I made tons of them. And this isn't even all the ones I made because I've tucked a couple into my personal journal, another junk journal, a couple of other junk journals I'm making, and I put some in this envelope, this expanding envelope, where I put a lot of my completed ephemera. One thing I did this weekend that isn't one of the activities, but I was just finally inspired to do it, was to make a couple of little fabric clusters. I haven't made much in the way of fabric clusters before, in part because I don't have a huge stash of vintage fabric. I have some, and I have some that I received from Carrie the Paper Monkey in Happy Mail. So thank you once again, Carrie. But I don't know, this whole process just got my creative juices flowing, and I felt like I could finally tackle fabric clusters in a meaningful way. So they're all very simple. They just consist of about 3 pieces of fabric or trim. Very, very simple. But I finally had fabrics that looked nice together. And they just kind of worked out. These 2 fabrics, this one and this one, came from Carrie the Paper Monkey. So that's what I have so far. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. Maybe ephemera with wallpaper. Maybe more fabric tags. Maybe altered paper clips. I don't know. There's lots of good stuff. And I'm just really excited about this collaboration. I'm having an awful lot of fun. So Meg, thanks so much for hosting this. I hope you have lots of success with it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.